Hello my fellow gamers and welcome back to the Shadows Winter Tournament where we've got 12 players battling out for supremacy. In today's episode we've got round 2 for Group B. On the scoreboard you can see how the board was left in the last episode, and now we'll move on straight, get into the good stuff. So the first match is going to be against Ragnarok Total War versus Pharaoh War. There's a lot of war on this. Ragnarok will be using the Dark Elves, Pharaoh War will be using the Beastmen, and they're in a map called Kelp and Codust. Yes, that's a fin. So, jumping straight to the field, we have Pharaoh War's Beastmen, and it's great to have Pharaoh War back. It's just fantastic having him around again. It's been a while. So he has got 2 Ungol Spearmen herds, he's got 2 Gore herds on the flanks here, a good solid line of Bestigor herds, which I do love. Look at them. Yeah, they mean good action there, don't they? So we got them. We also have the Regiment of Renowned Monitors of Shields, which are the Butchers of Kaligrad, which are just, they're literally cows. We also have a Brave Showman of Death, and we've got good old Margot for the Shadow Gave as the General, and a reserve unit of the Ungol Spearman herds of Shields Regiment of Renowned, the Destroyers of Drak Ward, which I've not actually seen these guys before, I don't think. It's yeah, that's really cool. That we also have some scouting forces of Harpies. I believe there's one there, and is there one over there? Yep. So a couple units of Harpies as harassment. In the back corners, we've got Centaurs of Great Weapons. And is that Centaurs of Great Weapons? It is indeed. So that is the Beastman army. Now, Ragnarok's gone for a very good choice here. I've not seen this formation on this map before, actually. Using the cliff as a defense, and then being like this arrowhead formation. I like, most people just deploy here and here, but it's Beastmen. So Ragnarok has deployed in a way that he can deal with anything that comes along. So on the cliff, he's got a couple of Dark Shards backed up by some Dread Spears. On the flanks, we've got 2 units of Dread Spears, same on this flank. And then we have the Blackguard of Nagorond there and there. We also have 2 Black Dragons. I love it. And Morifa. No, that's not it, is it? I know it's Banana. Marathi, that's it. Oh dear, early in the morning, guys. So Marathi on her loyal steed there, her Pegasus. And they're going to be waiting for the enemy to come to them. So this should be interesting. Let's the game begin. Beastmen slightly outnumber the Dark Elves, but that's to be expected. Nice volley straight away on the Harpies. Don't think any of them went down though, unfortunately, but he's done some damage. You know, a bit of prodding and that. Do have the Dragons and Marathi on the move. And the Beastmen are actually moving into the woods. Obviously, he doesn't want to take this on, giving these guys the advantage, and I don't want to do that. But I really do like this army and setup, because as soon as Ragnarok knew what was going on, he could redeploy as necessary. Of course, he does have to be aware there is stuff on the flank here. Pharaoh War, being the pro that he is taking his time. These guys are moved forward a bit. In fact, is that 2 units? There's some Chaos Warhounds of Poison in there. I'm sorry, I didn't see them. Is there the same there? No, this is just... Right, let's go over here. So, yeah, we got the dragons coming over, but there's no range for the Beastmen apart from magic. Otherwise, these dragons got a freefall. What's that? Spirit Leech has been done on Marathi, which is a nice move. I mean, this is a lot of force to send against one group of Harpies, though. It really is. But the Beastmen are now getting themselves into a better position. And... yeah, this is what Pharaoh War's like. He won't just go at you head on. He normally come from an angle, and this is really good because this will provide him some cover, a bit of a surprise as well. You know, he can move guys in the woods. Now, what he's done is Ragnarok has fully now deployed to counter this thrust. He's under the thing, and wow, that's taking quite a bit of damage. But now we've got the Centaurs of Great Weapons coming in a little bit early, in my opinion. Understandably, he wants to get them all in there together. Maybe he just wants to pit them off for a bit. You know, kind of like, look here, look here. Well, these guys are now getting into position to start moving forward. Got the Centaurs there as well, moving up. In they come. Are they gonna charge into the back of the... No, that's the front. Oh, look at that. What a tease. Harpies charging into the Dark Shards. Good move there. Get them to stop firing, cause problems. And there's a dragon. And then there's another. And then there's Harpies. Right, that's all going on. Main push now coming along the front line. Question is, can Ragnarok hold against the charge? This is good positioning here. Get himself into a point where he could get into the flanks of the enemy. Harpies are causing a lot of problems, but they will get shut down rather quickly because dragons. That is literally my answer to everything. Got the Sentinels there, kind of keeping back, keeping in a position where they can be helpful. Here we go. This is a fantastic move from Ragnarok, getting those guys in behind. Are they going behind, or is he charging at the Spearman Regiment of Renown? Not sure, but as you can see in the centre, where the main focus is Pharaoh War, they are smashing those Dread Spears. They're having a really hard time dealing with all this. This is too much, Ragnarok. It's too much. You do need both dragons and your Lord there. You really need the dragons here. I mean, that's now broken, but we do have reserves of Blackguard and another unit there, so they're not too bad. But Pharaoh War not wasting any time, straight into the flank of the Spearmen. If he can start winning along the lines, then he's got more beastmen free to fight. But the Blackguard are getting in there. But the Festival Herd has countered that, and they're being hit by the Fate of Buna. Ooh, that's tough. Dragon coming in there. Is he going to get a bit of a fire breath attack? Is that? Oh, that's a nice hit. Look at all that. That's fantastic. But we've got more guys coming in reserve because Pharaoh War is very cautious like that, and the Sentinels are coming in as well. And I think they're going to hit a bit of that, but they're more interested in, yep, they're going for the Dark Charge. But look at this micro. As soon as he realises, no, Blackguard are there, Sentinels are out there. But the Beastmen are now quite nicely winning the front line. The Dragons won't be able to hold it on their own. And look, even this unit that is holding is just being outmaneuvered now by the Sentinels, by the Wolves. These Dark Shards are going to get shut down incredibly quickly. We do have Chaos Spawn. We have 2 units of Chaos Spawn. That would have been, what's his name, done that? Mothergrave, he would have done that. He's turned one unit into one unit and then summoned up. In comes the dragon, so to try and win this flank. But it's now the front line. What is going on here? That's a harpy. Okay then. Moving on. So yeah, now it's all kind of turned into a mosh pit, but the Dark Elves don't have much going for them here. They got the 2 dragons, but there's so much beastmen, so much anti-large. It's got to cause some serious problem. And the Chaos Ball, which of course just don't care. Got a 1-on-1 duel going there. Well, it was until they both got bored and decided to run in. Still, that 1 unit Dark Spears is doing a good job. Dread Spears, sorry. Dark Shards, Dread Spears, that's it. Over here, we got a whole unit of Blackguard pinned down by 16 Harpies. That is awful. They need to be here in the thick of the fighting. Balance power is still equal, though. I guess it's because of the Beastmen. They could just break because of the 2 dragons. It is scary. Marathi, though, should not be in there. A beautiful charge in there. Nice bit of breath, but she should not be in there. In fact, I'm not entirely sure why she got moved in. But Chaos Warhands, they've had Doom and Darkness dropped on them, so they're easy to drop in. Seriously, get these guys. There we go. Get them in there. Got some Dread Spears to sit at the flanks. Need to move in. These guys have... wow. These Dread Spears have actually done a really good job holding this bit. It's a shame that the rest of the line's gone, but they're, you know, they finally broken, so that's more Gorehoods and the Regiment of Renown coming in, the Dressage of Drak Ward coming in, so that's an anti-large unit. But we do have the Blackguard coming in as well, but this dragon is badly damaged and is shaking. More Harpies coming in. Marathi has broken. That is not good, because if they see her go, and the dragons will probably think it's not worth it. The Beastman, I mean, this guy can just sit back. The Shadow game, he can just sit back, not get too involved. Well, say a Blackguard would get it onto him. But as usual, it's turned into a giant moss pit. But I think the way Pharaoh War played with his reserves and all, oh, Marathi's coming back now, which is great. And there's no ranged, so the the Beastmen should just sit back. What's that? Deadly Onslaught. But she is nearly dead because she's had Spirit Leech on her. just under 800 health. But look, the beastmen are breaking, and this is what the Dark Elves are relying on. If the dragons can cause terror, and of course you've got the Blackguard as well, this is a solid unit here. And there's our dancing harpy still. She's still going at it. That is magical. See, he's head banging the floor. Right, moving on. But yeah, but it looks like they have kind of left it for the Blackguard to try and hold. But we do have breath attacks coming in. This is going to do a lot of damage, especially, yeah, look at that. Very nice. Got some dread spears coming in, then immediately terrified away. Well, I say terrified away. They more got ran off the map. Did you see them fly? That was beautiful. So, now Pharaoh War's trying to clean up the ground forces, so he can focus on just the Blackguard with everything he's got. Dragon's trying to get in against the Centaurs with great weapons, who are still quite comfortable. Got the Besticle Herd destroying these Dread Spears. You can see the Ragnarok is desperately trying to win the individual skirmishes before dealing with them. Pretty much they're all trying to think there's Blackguard, you've got the main Beastmen, then you've got these units trying to fire the Dark Elves, you've got these units trying to fire the Beastmen. Though, again, I don't think you needed all three together. Tentacles over here can come across now, as they are, because they're shattered, so they don't need to follow them anymore. Oh, here we go. And a massive Soul Stealer's just been dropped on there. Fine play there by Ragnarok, I believe. Yeah, look at that health going up. Fantastic. And, of course, doing all that damage. We do have a wavering Blackguard, though. But hopefully the Beastmen will start breaking before then. I think what they need to do is be focusing on Margareth the Sadagave, because there's not going to be much Winds of Magic left for the Beastmen and that. And the others only have got leadership because he's there. If they can take him out... But unfortunately it looks like one dragon has been pinned down at this point. It is now starting to waver, unfortunately. And when he goes, I suspect the other one will start to... Yeah, he's now broken. Marafi's going to deal with the Besticles over here. But look at the Beastmen. I mean, the numbers... It's literally 40 Dark Elves against 473 Beastmen. That's, So yeah, pretty much really. I think that includes them, don't it? So I think it is just the Gorge fleeing, this dragon and Marafi. And they've gone for the Besticle Herd. Get them to break. There they go, they're now broken, terrified away. In fact, they've just shattered. But there's the Chaos Warhounds running down the Blackguard. That's a bad way to die, isn't it? For someone who's as trained as them to be taken down by puppies. It's I mean the mad raven puppies, but there you go, they're now off the field. Pharaoh War getting his forces together. I think you can start to see that it's not looking good. There's a dragon at half health, Marafi, and all of this. Yep, there we go. With our ground forces, he's got to land. Look at them chanting. Ragnarok, if you're not quick enough, you're going to forfeit the game, mate. Look at them chanting. There you go, they're on the floor, but he needs to keep them there. But, you know, the enemy force and attack or surrender this territory. So, I think Ragnarok, either he doesn't realise, or, no, look at all that. Or he's just not that bothered anymore. But, I mean, this isn't brilliant, because it's like, okay, Ragnarok, either tap out or just charge in, mate. It's... All you're literally going to do at this point, we'll fast forward it, is, delay the inevitable. I mean, look at the bodies, though. Surely he must have, like, I don't know if he does or not, but I have a counter where it's counting down how long he's been. But you know, even Pharaoh War at this stage, spread his forces out so Ragnarok can't just boom on one spot. Oh, and a single Spirit Leech has caused her to start wavering. And in comes the dragon for the final charge. Charges into the prepared spear infantry. That's an interesting choice. But yeah, there we go, guys. Starting to take effect. They'll now all break. Should do. Broke it. There we go. And that is a win for Pharaoh War and his Beastmen. So looking at the stats here, fantastic play by both. I mean, you can see they did a lot of damage, but unfortunately it was just Pharaoh War outmaneuvered the Dark Elves, overpowered them where it needed to be, and the fact that he kept his reserves back as well a lot, if you notice, a lot, unlike Centicles that kept hit and running at the back, really caused some problems for Ragnarok. But well played to both players, that was very well done. I mean, this is a solid army, it's a solid choice. But the problem is, once the Dread Spears had left and the Dark Shards got wiped out by the flanking forces, there was just nothing Ragnarok could do. I mean, I do feel like he had these as a group. So Marathi and the two dragons, I was just sending them for one target. No, the dragons should have been spread out. Marathi should have been leading. And the two dragons, yeah, send one to deal with, like, RPs and that. But get the other one to... If he was getting rear charges on that main line, especially on the edges, he would have won those battles. And then he could have enveloped the Beastmen in the centre. But half the time, the Black Dragons weren't even about. They were chasing, like, one group of Harpies and things like that. So, I think a bit of target prioritising is needed more. As you saw, Pharaoh War, the micro was brilliant, the targeting was brilliant, and just, yeah. But even then, close game. So, well played to both of them. We'll move on to the next round, which is Sioux Devil versus Jarda Total Warrior. They'll be using Dark Elves versus Tomb Kings, and they're fighting on a lake. I'm going to try and pronounce that. So, it's a lake. Right, once more, we have the Flying Brigade here, apparently. So, Sioux Devil, with his Dark Elves, he's born a Dreadlord with a sword and crossbow on a dragon. We also have a Sorceress of Fire on a, I want to say a Pegasus. Do they have Pegasus in Dark Elves, or do they have a different name? I'm going to say Pegasus. We also have two Feral Manticores, which is pretty cool. Also on the hill, this is a really interesting build that Sioux Devil's brought. He's got 4 units of Dark Riders, all with rapier crossbows. 2 units of Harpies over here. 2 units of Harpies over there. And for some reason, there's an assassin right in this corner, and I'm not entirely sure why. He's just there. No one's really sure. But look at this. You've got flyers and hit and runners. There's no infantry you could, but there is no infantry. There is no core to this army, so I'm not entirely sure how that's going to go. Against the Tomb Kings, however, we do have a flying contingent of Karen there, 2 units. We also have the main block of the fighting force here. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3 units of skeleton spearmen. They also have a Tomb Prince. There's forces left by Cetra, their perishable, who's on a horse today because the other one's rested, so they couldn't get the chariot. We got a couple of Tomb Guard here. Your Shouty of Great Bows, always a good choice. The Blessed Eden of Skeleton Archers, the Regiment of Renown. These are like the Rusty Arrows. You've got to take them for that armor sundering. We also have a Necrotect, which is the first time we've seen one of those in the tournament. A unit of Tomb Guard of Hellbirds, and some more Skeleton Archers there. But yeah, and there's a Tomb Scorpion hidden in the wood. I believe that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. So we've got a nice, solid, you know, core line, reserves, support, you know, harassment or protection from air, and it's up against this. Let's look at numbers. Tomb Kings outnumber them 2-1. That's a lot. Yeah, we'll just play and see how it goes. Now, straight away, first problem is, oh, we do have a fireball slowly making its way there, and oh, that got a good hit on Cetra there. Here comes the Harpies. They're going to deal combat with the Karen here, so we're going to have a bit of a bird fight going on. But the Archers are giving support. Spearmen are moving up, but they can't. There's got nothing to solid fight against, unfortunately. But here comes the Archers now. Going to get a good load of volley off into the Horsemen, the Dark Riders, which will do a lot of damage because these are just light cavalry. Look, okay, we get it. You really don't like set. Look at all the breath weapons they're doing on him. Flippin' heck. Really trying to take that leader out. And it looks like the Harpies are winning here. That Dark Charge is just, where you going? Where you go? And now everything's going on. I think we know what the plan is, which is Cetra and nothing else. But what's good is because of this line, the Tomb Kings can just move all their melee into this combat. Ooh. Oh dear, that's the curse being done, but we do have the Flaming Sword of Ruin dropped on everything. So that's going to be flaming magical attacks on something that's weak to fire, I believe. Ooh. Can Cetra get out of there? This is quite terrifying. Oh, Skeleton Spoon actually made into combat because Sea Devil wasn't paying attention. But they've actually managed to fight all this off. And this is the thing, because there's no main line, there's no reason why the Tomb Kings can't dedicate, you know, to have a couple spearmen to hold these guys and dedicate everything else to this. Now, how much health is on Cetra on? It's 1400 at the moment. This is not brilliant. No, the Tomb Kings are facing the wrong way. But again, they're just being used to stop the Dark Charge. Such against that is a complete waste. We are getting the Harpies back. He is wet, but I don't know if he realises that he's been shot by a great bow. Got another fireball coming in. He's trying to dodge it, but he still gets hit. That is, he's on less than 1,000 health at this point. But the thing is that he's stopped within range. Oh dear, how much is that? 500 health. Dark Rider's coming in, so we have the Spearman getting into position. I'm surprised he hasn't moved Cetra into the woods here. Make him invisible, so they can't just snipe him. But the Dreadlord started a runner because he didn't pay attention, and they were all rapid in the range. So he's only got 500 health left. And these skeleton archers, especially the Blessed Legion, are doing an amazing job here. These guys have got really, really close. And not only that, but they're shooting at stuff that can't... It doesn't matter. Oh, that's another fire blast. Did he dodge that? Oh, he just managed it as well. Harpies kind of just flown about. Where is... Dreadlord still running away. We've got Harpies coming in. So now we've got another area or so coming in. So the whole aim in this tactic was distract them from the front, where the flyers just go over the leader. But this time... The Harpies have gone for the Necrotech, so the Tomb Scorpions coming in to protect him, because very important. Well, that's happening though. The Sorceress is charged in and is trying to get Cetra. Oh, and Cetra's down! Cetra is down, but I don't think it's going to be enough, because now even the Sorceress is doing a runner. Dreadlord has rallied, but the problem is, yeah, you've destroyed that, but they've still got Tomb Prince. You've still got an Necrotech. There's still leadership here, and the archers are absolutely destroying these Dark Riders now. What's this? When did Shades get involved? When did that happen? I didn't realise he was there. And of course, we do have the assassin. Hang on, he spent the entire mission assassinating the character and didn't use the assassin. The Fair Manticore has now got inverted rampage, so that's going to be a problem. They're probably going to go down really, really quickly. Vance Pat is quickly swinging in the Tomb King's favour. Where are they hidden, the shards? And if so, where have they been the whole battle? But yeah, as you can see now, they don't care. Yeah. Jarda don't need to care about these. He can just sit there and let these get shot. They're not worth anything to him because now they're going to regen. The Manticores are gone. The Balance Power is quickly swinging in the Tomb King's favour. Even the Dragon Lord is kind of waving at this point. Just he's not even anywhere near them. But then again, he is on only 239 health. Where were these shards holding though? I'm generally annoyed by that. I mean, that's a big cost. Shades with great swords, and they've not done anything. Want to get a couple units of Dark Shards and actually have a line. I'm not entirely sure, but horses in the open ground though, guys. This is not a good place to be. And oh, he's shattered. The great bows can shoot that far, guys. Oh, and he's fallen. Cetra will be back. I don't think he's going to be after that full. And now the Tomb Kings are just moving everything forward, because all they have to do is push forward, and their leadership will probably just start. Yep, there we go. And the army finally breaks. That was an interesting way of playing Dark Elves. Good attempt. Good attempt. So they were, yeah, you did have a group of Shades of Greatswords and barely took part in the battle. That is interesting and weird, and a lot of money put into a unit that practically didn't show up. And I think we can kind of define what went well here and what went badly. Sue Devil's strategy was just take out Cetra, hopefully the rest will crumble. Unfortunately, with the Necrotrack and Tomb Prince, Jarda didn't mind, and the fact that he didn't have a front line, he just had some Dark Riders and harassment unit. The Skeleton Spearmen did a great job, which was just stand there. That's literally all they had to do, stand there and take the shot. And then these guys, the Tomb Guard, just had to deal with the guys flying in. So there we go. That is a win to Sue Devil against a win to Jarda against Sue Devil. Well played there to both of them. We now move on to the final match in this round, which is Black Phillip versus Shetland Apache. This is the Empire versus Bretonia, and they're meeting on the Maraka Isles. Sounds nice. Hopefully the weather will be good there. Let's find out. Let's move to the battlefield now. Starting with the forces of Bretonia. Nice balanced army. No siege equipment though, which is probably for the best. We have some peasant bowmen, 1, 2, 3, and 4, but one of them does have pox arrows. We also have a good solid line of men at arms with pole arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. We also have the defenders of that place. It's a French name, but I do love the colour scheme. They are a Knights Errant, a regiment of renowned. We also have the Regiment of Renowned, the Knights of the Lion-Hearted, Knights of the Realm Regiment of Renowned. Behind that, we've got Foot Squires, 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Foot Squires. Oh, sorry, 3 units of Foot Squires and the Holy Wardens of that place. Battle Pilgrims Regiment of Renowned. Look at them. Wow. I mean, if I had a flaming sword, I'd be quite happy with myself as well. And they are being led by the Fey Enchantress herself. And there's a couple. We do have 2 paladins, which is always a good pick for Bretonia on horseback. Then we got a couple of peasant mobs as a reserve. Very good solid army here by a Shetland Apache. A good solid front line, archer support, reserves. You know, fine where they go. Cavalry, just a couple units. Now let's have a look over at the Empire. So we have 3 units of swordsmen on this flank, 2 units of spearmen with shields. We also have a couple units of halberdiers, some more spearmen over there. Got some spearmen in the woods. We also have, guys, 3 cannons, 2 grey cannons and the Hammer of the Witches. That's a lot of artillery. It's probably best that the Bretonia didn't bother. We got some Demigryph Knights of Halberds in the woods as a reserve. Jade Wizard on horseback, some spearmen at the back, the Silver Bullet handgunners, and the General of the Empire on a Griffin. Again, a pretty decent Empire army. And this is a very interesting map. Now, for some reason, when you hold your mouse over the water, it doesn't seem to come up with the icon that it normally does when it comes with water. So I don't know if the aquatic rule actually applies here. Because normally you get a little icon near the cursor to say, yeah, this is water. But it's not appearing, so I don't know if that means it doesn't affect it, maybe because it's a big part of the map. Or they just haven't programmed it in. Let's have a look at numbers. So the Empire the Bretonians do outnumber the Empire by quite a bit. But then, yeah, that's not surprising, being they've got 3 cannons. So Black Phillip is going to have to make the most out of those cannons. He's going to want to prioritise the targeting and really get the best he can, because otherwise that's not going to make up their money. Where is the cavalry? The cavalry are hiding here out the way because they don't want the cannon to see them. They want the cannon to auto fire onto here, and this is really pretty. What is it? I just want to touch it. It's all glittery and shiny. Moving on. See, we've got some shots going off there. They're only focusing on the left flank by the looks of it. I do like a good bit of cannon play.
The war is endless. We are doomed.
That's a positive way to start the battle. The war's endless. We're all... Where are you going? What? Oh, they're all moving up now. But yeah, I mean, the Empire are moving up. You can see they have moved up to the island now, which is good. He's not just completely sitting back. Do have a nice hit there. Oh, that's a lot of Bretonians going flying. I'm pretty sure that's the awakening spell. Suspect anyway. Yeah. But now the archers are in range, and they're going straight for the better infantry. They're going for the halberds. Deal with them. The thing is, the cannons, to be honest, they've done a few foot squads and a few spearmen. Now the cavalry's coming into play, slowly but getting ready. The paladins holding back as well. Where's the Fey Enchantress? If I was Black Phillip, I'll be aiming everything at her. Because not only that, look, there's 4 units merged together. If a single cannonball goes there, you're hitting 4 units. But unfortunately, he's not. So the archers now moving forward, and they're kind of just holding, actually. I mean, the problem is, the silver bullets are nowhere near in range, nowhere near. They need to get a lot closer. Jade Wizard, for some reason, has moved right over. Hello! And is actually just going to get... What? Why is the Jade Wizard getting hit? What? A huge micro mistake, I think, by Black Phillip there. Unless there's a plan, I don't know. But now he's having to run away, doing another hit on the archers. And now he's got 1 unit of swordsmen charging. Just the 1, nothing else. We do have the general charging in against the battle pilgrims, causing some damage, but this 1 unit is completely unsupported. The archers have broken, though. Can you blame them? Where's the cavalry? Cavalry are now moving into position, but I'm not sure why none of this is moving, but they did. Because now there's a huge gap in his line, which he's not even moving to fill either. He's prepared on here, but the cavalry aren't going to go for the flank. They're going straight for the middle. Go straight in the middle. Break those swordsmen, because if they can break there, the rest of the army can pour into this massive gap that's now been left in Black Phillip's forces. The rest of the Shetland forces are moving in on the flanks, but there you go. And now the cavalry can just run in, because there's nothing stopping them. Absolutely nothing. And now Bretonia have advanced on all fronts, meaning they're committed. They can't get past. And the Hammer of the Witches have been completely destroyed. In fact, one of the cannons have even been broken, which I think was due to archers. And look, now the Jade Wizard's routed, and they're inside the Empire's lines now. We do have some halberds. Cannons getting some point-blank shots there. Silverbird's trying to fall back. But Shetland's doing a great job pushing on this advantage. This unit needs to get in there, and we do have some peasants as well. The Griffin's trying to get involved against the archers, but there's peasants making up numbers and pole arms, which are going to cause serious problems for him. And now the main Empire line, as you can see, is breaking. Well, I say that, the outsides haven't been picked on yet. The Paladins and Knights, and the Double Griff Knights with the Halberds have now counter-attacked in to deal with the cavalry charge. Cavalry don't care, they've moved in, slaughtering the silver bullets, and there's a unit of spearmen right here that aren't moving. There they go, getting in there, and look at this. Shetland's micro is amazing. As soon as he sees them moving, they're moving. Why linger? Another cannon is being completely wiped out, so that's no good. We got another unit there. So we got spearmen just sat here. I think he's expecting something to come from the woods there, but no, this is it, mate. The Griffin at the back is causing problems, but don't forget, guys, while he's back dealing with these guys, 2 units per arms and the archers, he's not putting his leadership on his men, so their leadership is going to start struggling. Silverbird's trying to get in a better position. We've got the halberds and the spearmen moving, but now these guys are turning around and they're just slaughtering the Demigriff Knights. The Battle Pilgrims are just, causing all sorts of headaches for the Empire. And now the Empire's in a complete disorganisation at this point. Got cannon. Are they going to get a volley off? Nope. I mean, now Shetland can kind of just sit back and let these knights do their thing, because they've done such a good job. Oh, and I realised that's Bretonia at the back as well. So the spearmen charge to fight them, and let Bretonia get behind them, and they're sandwiched in. And there we go, guys. The Empire get absolutely massacred by the Bretonians. That was very well played there by Shetland Apache. Let's have a look now at the final scores. So yeah, as you can see, everything did really, really well. The fact that he didn't even have to commit everything as well, that he kept guys in reserve just in case he needed them. I mean, the cannons did good, 49, 44, 40, but I think a lot of them were archers, peasants, nothing of importance, because the cavalry was kept back into it was all committed, and then he sent them in and just wiped them out. And I think the biggest mistake, the Jade Wizard running off, don't know what that was about, got caught, and it looks like Black Phillip panicked, so he sent in one unit of swordsmen so that the Jade Wizard could get out, and then left those swordsmen unattended. Cavalry just thought, well, we'll just charge straight in there, which they did. They just smashed them, and suddenly there was a massive hole in the front line of Black Phillip's Empire army. So as soon as he got through that middle gap, you could just see it. The whole thing kind of just fell apart for the Empire, as Shetland Apache and his Bretonnians completely destroyed everyone. So guys, that is the final game for this round. If we go over to the scoreboard now, definitely sensing a pattern here. So we've got Shetland Apache and Jarda Total Warrior, both sitting comfortably with 2 wins at the top. Sioux Devil and Pharaoh War have got a win and a loss apiece. And Black Phillip and Ragnarok, unfortunately, have lost both of their games. But as I said before, there's 3 more rounds to go. It can all turn around yet. So, guys, I hope to see you tomorrow for round 3 of Group A. And do obviously leave your comments below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And, of course, do hit the bell notification so you can get notified when these videos are uploaded each day. Thank you very much for joining me. And I hope to see you next time. Until then, take care.